I've made movies that look great but still felt flat and lifeless, and every time it came back down to the sound. Look, you can have the greatest DP in the world. You can have Roger Deakins on your film set. If your sound isn't pulling its weight, your film is gonna feel lifeless. While we've been deep in post on our short film, Mia, I really wanted to dig into sound design because it's one of the most overlooked things in filmmaking. And instead of me just talking about it, I brought in my sound engineer who knows his stuff, Steven Wilson. He's about to walk us through this plugin called Krotos Studio. Now, this plugin can work for almost any DAW. It works even in DaVinci Resolve, and it's absolutely incredible what it does. If you guys never heard of Krotos Studio, it is basically like a digital Foley pit. It lets you create and it lets you shape sound from scratch without needing this entire Foley stage or such a huge sound team on your side. Now, whether it's worth it or not, that's what we're gonna find out.
Hey guys, I'm super excited to show you Krotos Studio working inside Logic Pro. They did just do an update on October 15th. So if you are having any issues with it, if you had it previously installed, I just want to take a minute and show you kind of what to do to resolve this issue here. So here inside Logic, I had an instrument track with Krotos working here, and it just didn't like the plugin. So just come up here to Logic Settings and go down to your plugin manager. You'll see your Krotos plugin here, and you may have a compatibility issue. It took a couple times, but after resetting and rescanning the selection here, it finally grabbed it and gave me this successfully validated plugin. If you do an update to 223 and you were previously running a different version, it may load up and be confused, like, hey, what's going on? Just kind of go through those steps and you should be okay. We're going to jump right in here and just show you the benefits of how this unique application can just save time when you're doing sound design. Open up a project, create a project. I just want to kind of show you how to kind of get started with Krotos. Go ahead and download Krotos Studio, create an account, and you should see upon launching Logic Pro, it should be within your plugins. But what you'll need to do is create an instrument track here and go down to your instruments and find Krotos Studios. Okay. Once you've done that, you can open up the plugin, and this is what it will look like. Now you can run Krotos Studios independent. You don't need to run it as a plugin, but there are some benefits, I think so, to running it as a plugin. But if you want to just launch the app, it'll open up like this. You'll need to download quite a few sounds. It does take up some space, so make sure you have a hard drive that can accommodate everything. We'll look here at ambience here real quick. So you click on city here and you can go ahead and you can hear that cityscape. It automatically just starts recording as soon as you click on a sound, and then you can stop it. And then it just records over that sound. So basically the way it works is, now that I've recorded a cityscape, I can literally just drag this on into my DAW, and then I've got that, and it's going to ask me to keep the track format, which I'm going to do that. I'm just going to move Krotos out of the way for now. But there, I've got my sound, drag and drop and I can just place it wherever I want. I don't really want that sound in here, so I'm just going to delete that. Let's go back into the Krotos app here. Now, when you're looking at it, you've got all these sounds, and if you don't have them all downloaded, some of them will be grayed out here. You can come into the settings here within the library section. The keyboard is where you play the sounds. That's the settings. And here's their library, and it'll tell you what sounds you still need to download. For example, I still need to get this music one, which you can see is 662 megabytes. What I have done over here, I've created an instrument track. Here's the instrument track, and of course it creates an aux track automatically. But I just bus it back over here to an audio track on bus 1. And this way, if I'm spotting or I'm doing something specific, it'll just record it straight into the audio track. So I'll show you that here. All right, we're going to play our film. We're just waiting for our character to come in. I kind of like this area right here for the sounds. We'll try it. Not bad. She's on a different surface now. Tricky. Okay, but we got a basic idea. We'd probably have to redo a few of those. Let's see if it took. It did. So you can see here, right here in my track, the footsteps that we created. We can solo those. Let's go a little closer in. And there goes my video slugging up again. Let's try this here. Yeah, it gives you the basic idea of what you can do. A lot of times, you may have to cut these up and move them around to sync them up. Obviously, that was real quick. Let's bring it back up here. So that was footsteps, but as you can see, inside their library, they have got gigabytes and gigabytes of sounds. And the beautiful thing is every time you use this pad, the way they've got it designed, the triggers are always going to sound just a little different. So it's kind of, you're never going to really sound like you're necessarily just pulling the same old sound from a library. So I really like footsteps for this, and whooshes and different wind effects they've got here. It's just amazing. The one thing they don't have, which I've been trying to create, is any kind of fight sounds. Krotos, if you're listening, yes, some good punch sounds would be nice. But if you get the pro version, you can come up here into the editor, and I'm still learning this myself, but you can bring in your own sounds, your own patches, and create your own sounds. So there's a lot to this, as you can see. And it takes some learning on how to get this in here. Each sound has its banks, and you can set the pitch and all sorts of stuff. So we've got doors. An amazing collection of sounds here that Krotos has already loaded up for you. You don't have to go out searching for it or buy another subscription. There's so much in here. So along with just all the sounds you get this wonderful application and a way to interact with the sounds and get them straight into your DAW. We've got weapons, all sorts of lasers and guns here. It's fabulous. Let's listen to some of these here. Shotgun. Oh, wow. Okay, so I've never seen this before, but they have thought about this. Huh. Close and far. Dry. Okay, open field. Let's see what this does. Oh, wow. Okay. Yeah, there's just so many different settings you can use to... Oh my gosh. Garage. Oh, I hear it. And of course the reload. Wow, crazy. Got an AK-47 here. And it's super responsive to my mouse. That's really cool. This is... I won't go looking for a library again for guns. I mean, something very specific maybe, but this has got the basics. Yeah. Download Crotos Studios today because this thing will save you time.
So that's how you guys do it. And just remember, good sound isn't just some extra detail, it's half the experience. Like, your sound should pull people in, and if it doesn't, your movie is dead on arrival, or DOA. But if you guys take the time to build it right, your project will feel very polished. And if you guys are serious about leveling up your filmmaking, please consider to hit that subscribe button and like the video and turn on the bell notification so you guys don't miss future tutorials. I post literally every week with in-depth breakdowns and tutorials just to help you guys build the skills that you need to succeed. As always, practice and create.